Hi, thanks for tuning into Glue Factory. This week, we're joined by Ben Pope.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, we're doing that now?
Yeah, we're doing that, but at the end.
Oh.
But for you, it's at the beginning. We do it at the end, so we know what we talked about in the episode. You can subscribe on Patreon. There'll be even more of this. We talked about Ask Scott on the Patreon, some other stuff as well.
More eating.
Eating, a lot of eating.
We talked about eating throughout. I'm not going to lie to you. Olga was also here like pretty much the whole time, but she's not here right now. But she had to leave like 5 minutes before the end. If you're not watching the Patreon, you won't even know about that. If you want to see Olga leave, subscribe to the Patreon. She climbed over the table. It was incredible.
I think we're probably going to edit that out.
Probably. Who knows? Tune into the Patreon to find out. Also, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review. That really helps. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, I mean, I hate saying this. I hate saying it, but we have to say it now.
Help us please the robots.
Yeah, we must please the robots.
Help us flatter them.
Yeah. Me, Olga, Pierre, and Ben will all be at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
Yes. Buy tickets to that. Great. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
I distinctly have this memory of my cousin pouring Coke on top of a schnitzel.
Playing into your hands by making it even more delicious.
Coke marinated schnitzel.
Carbs on carbs. Give back.
We've covered it in sugar. They won't like it now.
Basically, as a person who currently hosts a podcast with 2 autistic men, I say this respectfully and if anything, in awe, I decided to do my research, and this morning I did an underground hidden London the tour of Euston Station.
Oh.
And I cannot recommend it
done that
enough.
early.
What?
You must have done that early.
10 to 11, baby. It was amazing. It was
Wow.
so much fun. I get it now. I get it, guys. I'm in.
Was
In
like
London.
the history of Euston Station.
Well, it's basically because Euston was one of those stations where a bunch of competing underground, well, you know this, I'm telling you information you probably already know, but underground companies were like all building it within like 30 meters of each other. And then in the 60s, they're like, fine, let's just fucking unite all of them together under one station. And so a bunch of tunnels are just completely disused now because they're obsolete. And so you can go in there and it's like a time capsule with like old posters and signage and all that stuff. They also had a headquarters of one of the companies there for World War II. It's really cool. All the ventilation shafts are amazing. It's cool.
Okay, this is what I like to hear. Stuff like the
Riley was like,
ventilation.
wait, ventilation?
Stuff like all the ventilation shafts are amazing. That's a sentence I can really get behind.
Now, if you could go on this tour while sat on a toilet, Riley's in.
Oh my God.
What?
Milo, we're
Did you
having
like
a
looking at
nice
stuff while you're on the toilet.
I just like looking at stuff.
Yeah.
But basically,
It's usually while you're on the toilet. I'm just quoting your own podcast back at you. This isn't me being weird. You're the one who said this repeatedly.
You're the toilet observer.
that was one of the newspapers on the old ads.
A delicate balance of humours. You know, what's going in, what's coming out. you know?
Yeah.
What's coming in is knowledge.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right.
And above, so because the Victoria Station tunnels are especially snug around the Victoria Line trains, they have these really intricate.
tight. Yeah.
Very, this is my everyday struggle. Is they have a ventilation shaft that's very intricately designed, and if you stand there, you could feel both hot air and cold air depending on whether trains are coming in or out. It's fucking amazing, guys. You guys got to do it. It's really fun.
It's good.
You have permission to say something awful.
Thank you to our sponsors this week, the Hidden London tour of Euston Underground Station.
And Sam's Poos.
See, I think your observation about the sign probably didn't make it in because it was before all the sound checks were done.
Would you like to show it now?
Would you like to show the class?
I thought this sign said Sam's Poos.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
what
looks like it's written in Georgian.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a Central Asian sort of Near East aspect to this.
So
It's the-
Caucasus.
It's the apostrophe between Poos.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Sam's
Like,
Poos.
it could be a Star Wars name. Do you know what I mean? Some Poos.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Central Asia, can I pitch a TV show format for you?
It's supposed to be good
do it.
vibes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
go.
But I prefer Sam's
Sam's
Poos.
Poos, big time.
Sponsored by Sam's Poos.
Okay,
If only this
Thank
was
you.
here last week.
Yeah. Well, Erica very kindly left us that neon sign so that we could camera test it to see if having neon signs in the background would be viable
Oh, I
on
see.
camera. Well, we haven't done it yet.
oh, okay.
Okay.
But we have tested it off. We know that it works off.
It's visible
So for
off.
her podcast, it will be good times. For us, it's going to be Sam's Poos. That's how you know which podcast the clip is from. Very good.
They're
Welcome
flying
to-
the flag neon. They're flying the neon sign upside down, a sign of distress.
Yeah. The good vibes have become Sam's Poos.
That's like an upside down tarot card, you know?
No, it's like
It's actually very bad news.
yeah, it's like you're sort of you're sailing in the Mediterranean in like sort of 1798, and you see another ship hove into sight, and it says good vibes, but then as they close in, it flips and says Sam's Poos, and you have to beat to quarters.
Yeah. You're about to get boarded.
Okay, here's my TV show idea. I think primarily Riley will be interested in this, but this is for the whole group. I went to a Uyghur restaurant last week. Am I
Ooh.
pronouncing that correctly?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I believe so. And this plate of food, it was obviously so much culture. There were Chinese influence, Turkish influence, all that stuff.
Sam's Poos.
And so Sam's Poos,
It's
a
all
little bit
there.
of that. So
Did you get
I
the
was
middle
thinking,
plate chicken?
Honey, let's leave this for after the pod. What I think, how fun would it be to give like a food expert a plate, like a traditional dish that they maybe do not know, and they have to reverse discover where it's from.
Yeah.
Where they're like this preparation, this produce,
Oh, you know what you're
these
doing.
spices. How fun is that?
You're applying just like competitive wine tasting to food.
Exactly, like a food
Yeah.
psalm.
But also with,
Well, if only there was some kind of a food psalm. I can't imagine.
but also geoguessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
also to
The
be fair.
closer you get to the actual like village where it's from, the more points you get.
So
But
you
you know, like,
you think this is an incredibly fragrant stew with bits of pickle in.
Oh yeah,
So eventually you find your way to the Caucasus.
but that's a big region.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so
I
you
think
have to
that's
get it.
fun.
That's already wine tasting, though. There are guys who can like identify the particular vineyard.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
But
I know.
how can I introduce lamb to being a sommelier?
I'd know the taste of that guy's feet anywhere. oh, Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
You minx.
You still not got that athlete's foot sorted, I see.
You tried to trick me by wearing socks last year. No. I think I would know if beef was from South Africa versus
Really?
the UK. Yeah.
Can you tell us the telltale signs of South African
Well,
beef?
it's
It's
dried.
gamier.
It's dried and it's served with mustard seed and things like this.
True. Yes, often, but it's much gamier.
Why are there so many specifically South African supermarkets in tube stations in London?
There are a lot of South Africans, and they cluster in the southwest,
Interesting.
closer to Twickenham. Rugby lures
Okay.
them.
It was like the bit of London they'd heard of.
Yeah, genuinely.
We've had a few successes down there. Maybe let's start there. Why not?
Yeah, but also just being near rugby, I think if you're South African, it's like just being closer to the sound of running water if you're an otter or a beaver. There's something about it that you just have to be closer and closer and closer to it. That's the epicenter, I think. Certainly in the past, Twickenham. So
I
a
hear
lot
the
of
South Africans
Southwest-
hold hands in the scrum so they don't drift apart.
They use the rugby ball to crack open
That's
oysters
very
and
cute.
things.
Thank you.
You could do clean if you want to.
That was
You're just
I
choosing
just
not
usually
to.
choose not to. Yeah.
But it's Southwest London, they're concentrated. Shout out to Snoggies, very good biltong.
Hell yes.
Snoggies.
Today's sponsored by both Hidden London and Snoggies.
and Sam's Poos.
Sam's
And
Poos.
Sam's Poos. Thank you
Sam's
very
Poos.
much.
I mean, I've gone to buy biltong at the one in King's Cross before. It's pretty good.
That's
And-
that's
And then
the
you can do
Savannah.
the hidden
Yes.
London tour right after.
Yeah, you can. You don't even need to take the tube. You can just get out and walk.
Exactly.
They also have good wines there as well.
They do. Savannah's not bad. I prefer Snoggies personally, but Savannah's will certainly do.
Savannah's will certainly do.
It'll certainly do.
No, because
Yeah.
the thing is, our allegiance as a sponsor is with Snoggies.
It is with Snoggies. It is with
I know a
Snoggies.
South African girl who swears by Savannah's. We've all got such deep roots
Yeah.
here.
Damn.
You go
What
to
is
Wimbledon
your
Station,
opinion
there's
of
a
South
Snoggies in there.
African South African supermarkets in the UK?
I literally don't know that I would know what a South African supermarket looked like.
You know
even.
Paddington Station, not the bear.
Thank God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the bear. No, I don't know
They
the
haven't
station.
biltonged Paddington.
Okay.
No, you know Paddington Station?
Yes, I'm
you know
aware
there's
of
the
it.
bit where there's like a one-floor escalator for no reason that
Yes.
goes up into it.
To
On
like-
your right-hand side, there's a weird shop that has a lot of beef under glass.
I've
There
never,
is.
Glass.
I've never gone up
Like
that.
jewelry.
Well, it's dried.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Druivorce
So
or
they
biltong.
take it out of the case and show
Yeah.
it to you in white glove.
Like
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah, that was more what I meant. It was less that I'm like, why
Elvis
isn't it
with jewelry.
refrigerated? It was more like the sheer drama of the presentation.
Well, you want to see it,
Mm.
you know.
Okay.
That's a Savannah's, I think.
Okay.
They should
Wow.
biltong Paddington in that shop. They should have a Paddington made entirely out of dried meat.
Yeah, I think that would be a good. That's
Yeah.
true. Then people would get their pictures taken with it.
I have a question very specifically for Pierre, and this
okay.
is a question that also is one that's on my mind.
Sure.
I've bought, for example, biltong by the kilogram.
Yes.
and then I have
As
to.
in, you've bought over a kilogram of biltong.
Yeah, because it doesn't go off.
Right. Sure.
Right. So I'm like, well, I save
For the
money.
bunker, for the wine bunker.
I save money in buying biltong. I like biltong. I think it's delicious. It's a high protein, low fat snack.
Sure. It's beef crisps.
Yeah, it's beef crisps. It's delicious beef crisps with sort of coriander oil and mustard seed. I love it. So I buy a kilogram of biltong, and then
How much are you paying for a kilogram of biltong, roughly?
Over 20 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive, but it's good. And then I'm like, okay, well, I have this kilogram of biltong, and I think you know where I'm going with this, which is the next week is now a constant struggle to not finish it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's biltong week.
Yes.
Yeah. I could very easily sit down, empty out a kilogram of biltong onto a plate, and then over the course of maybe 15 minutes, eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Agreed. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible not to do.
Yeah.
I think it's a symptom of biltong deprivation. If you live in a country where it's easy to get and cheap, you soon get bored of it. In the same way, it's quite easy actually to get bored of crisps. Because you sort of go, I've done these now. I'm not enchanted by them anymore.
I don't feel that at all.
Really?
No.
What about if you
love
ate?
crisps?
What about if you ate one of those big bags of crisps? Like
I would be then like,
You
and
want another
now
one?
another.
really,
Yes.
another full 175
and then
grams.
smash the
Like a medieval
throw,
king.
No, we've got
throw the
4
plastic
eaters.
bag on the
I
ground
think-
and it like wafts to the floor. But yes, that is-
Milo's the only one at this table that doesn't have this affliction, but I think the other 4 totally get it.
of just eating you don't love.
No, there's no stop button for the 4 of us. I think you're fine.
Okay, yeah, I can. I mean, I understand the impulse to like eat more of a thing that you like. I do get that. I don't think I've ever been in a situation
For you,
where I
it's just with
physically
ass.
couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you say you understand it, but what you mean is you have a nice thing and think that was nice. Therefore, more would also be probably quite nice. Well, time for bed.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is like, I will stand at the counter eating biltong out of the bag because I've just put some in the bowl, and I'm like, I'm gonna have this bowl of biltong, and I'm like, well, while I'm putting it away, it's almost like my hand moves by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to get the door. It's almost like forcing a door closed that doesn't want to close.
You ever
I
had to
have
put
kind of
stuff
done that.
in the bin just to control yourself from eating it?
Yes.
No,
That has
I haven't.
happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I have.
I have not only put half a cake in the bin, I've put half a cake in the bin upside down, using its like the
see
base it came in to sort of smush it into the rubbish.
So there's no temptation to take
It's
it out
unsavable.
of the bin. Yeah. I
The
hear
cake
that.
is unsavable.
Yeah.
When
like I'm interrogating the cake.
big time, absolutely.
Yeah.
We will be asking the question. Once when I was a kid, okay, you know those the cream chocolate eclairs that you can get from the supermarket
Yes.
bakery section, like a
Yes.
pack of 4. I was probably about 4 or 5, and I ate a whole box of them. In fact, there might have even been 6 in there. And my mother refused to believe me that I'd eaten them all. Because she came in and she was like, what's happened to these chocolate eclairs? And I was like, you know when you're like too young to lie? You're just
Yeah, you
like,
just go,
I ate them all.
I
Yeah,
ate them all.
That's cool, right? I ate them all. And she's like, no, you didn't. No, I'm like, I did. And she spent the next like 40 minutes searching the house for these chocolate eclairs, thinking I'd like hidden them behind radiators or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, the fucker has actually eaten them. And maybe it's just a skill that I lost.
Also,
This is not a group you're going to impress with eating 6
Sorry,
eclairs.
yeah. I love that
Like,
your
okay.
I had that this
like,
morning.
I lost control around food story is once I ate 6 eclairs.
No, but I was a small child. I was like,
I'm sorry.
I probably weighed less than 30 kilos
We are
at
not
the time.
impressed.
You're doing that thing little kids do where they like the amount they can eat is generally quite frightening. My nephews and niece are like that, where they'll be given a bowl of pasta that's the size of their whole body, and they'll eat it. You just think, but that's like in a Newtonian sense, that's not possible. Where is it?
Where's it all going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they then they're like growing, so they like turn
It's
it
immediately
in,
just becoming
they become
limbs.
more of them.
Yeah. It isn't them.
It
It
becomes
is them.
me.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, my parents and my entire family actually was trained to do this, that if there were any leftovers on the table, they would like actively ruin them for me not to eat them. So that like I distinctly have this memory of my cousin pouring Coke on top of a schnitzel because she didn't want me to
Yeah.
finish it.
Playing into your hands by making it even more delicious.
Coke marinated schnitzel.
Carbs on carbs. Give
We've covered it in sugar. They won't like it now. So
I
what?
can't taste a thing. But I'm loving it.
So wait, your whole family had like a sort of "it takes a village" Hillary Clinton attitude to ruining food leftovers.
Because they know that I'd eat them. I think they were very concerned with my overeating.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was. Yeah, I don't know.
Was your family like fine with it, or they just didn't notice
I think
it?
they was pointed out as in like you're eating too much. And
Okay.
I'd be like, no, I'm not, and just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think I was just harder to stop.
It never got confronted with me either.
Yeah.
Like my issue was, again, I think I mentioned this before, that I was always starving all the time. And I eventually just started making myself like a sort of meal between lunch and dinner when I would like get home from school.
Did you have a name for it?
I mean, I just called it a snack, but it got increasingly elaborate over time.
Like just a kilogram of
Just a
biltong.
turducken eventually.
Yeah, like so there would usually be like, I don't know, there would usually be like lots of like meats and cheeses in the fridge, so I'd just make myself a kind of cheese board as soon as I got home from school.
Very refined.
Yeah,
Very
wow.
refined.
This tracks, yeah.
Yeah. Or like
I like that even
Overeating,
your
but
like,
a charcuterie
when I really
board? Yeah.
gorged myself stories are like so refined.
Yeah.
Well, I had a cheese board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and a
no, I
charcuterie.
used to, my standard breakfast when I was working at the winery was about 4 cheeses and then a selection of meats.
Wow.
So I had just a charcuterie and cheese breakfast. I didn't even have an egg.
Little snifter of whiskey on
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah, that was just my teenage
Some Quins.
alcoholism.
Some cornichons, maybe.
I sort of I asked my parents when I was sort of 14. I was like, "Can I start drinking?" They were like, "What?" I was like, "Can I start drinking?" But I specifically
I need something to pair with all this cheese and meat.
kind
Not
of
for alcohol reasons.
I didn't really know what I was asking for, but I said I remember this very distinctly. I was like, I would like to start drinking whiskey as part of living a good life. The problem is, I was an annoying teen. I was a very annoying teen.
That is an annoying thing for a 14-year-old to
Like,
say.
imagine
It's a
how-
cute thing for an 8-year-old to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute thing for an 8-year-old to
Yeah.
say once you get up into the double digits,
Yeah.
once you get past being a tween, 13, it starts being annoying.
Yeah.
The young Sheldon effect.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically what I was doing was I was just like imitating my parents, right? I was just like, I want to be like you, and I had no brothers and sisters, so the most people who
Listeners
were around.
may not know this, but Riley's dad is like a sort of hard-bitten detective who's got a lot of cold cases on his hands.
Just trying to live a good life. I
Cold
just.
yeah, cold cuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one gone.
Yeah, and another one gone. So I was just like, I don't know. They'd have a dinner party, and I'd spent years just like going to bed while their dinner parties were happening.
Yes.
And then that's just what you learn. It's not like I was like going on Reddit and being like, I'd like to be a supreme gentleman. I was like just looking at them and being like, well, I guess that's what you should aim
That's
for.
living
I
a
suppose.
good life.
It's living a good.
But that's quite a deep thing to attach to whiskey as opposed to.
I don't think I was thinking in terms of like my soul.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I know.
I wasn't thinking in terms of like justice.
No, I know. I mean,
Exactly.
but even the idea of a 14-year-old being like the finer things is quite an abstract, complex concept. Like,
Aristotelian whiskey consumption.
That's why.
yeah,
that's why
the good life.
I think it was mostly I didn't really understand what I was asking for. Right.
Yeah.
I
Ben,
was
did
like-
you have a habit as a child that you thought would be a really cool habit to have?
Oh my God.
They said no. By the way, of course they said
so,
yeah,
so
obviously.
much like so many things that I thought would be juggling, magic, just like so many like half-formed hobbies that I got. Like it's like pretty okay. I played the French horn. I
I love
really
that
was
you've
like
lumped the French horn in with juggling, which is so brutal for the French horn.
that is tough.
Yeah, but great for
But-
the orchestra.
Great for the orchestra and no other like
Scenario.
other scenario.
Yeah. Well,
French
the
horn
juggler used
is-
to also conduct the orchestra. That's what a lot of people don't know.
If I just combined, then then I would be safe. Finally, no, just fatally uncool in every possible way.
Just,
But
almost preternaturally drawn to things that will not work.
Yeah, you know what really saved me from this juggling loserdom? The French horn.
the French
Yeah,
horn.
yeah, yeah.
Finally, I will. Yeah, exactly. But I think there's like the problem is I didn't go down like the full psychopath route of like, oh, I'm going to get so good at this that like in 10 years I'll win like the Nobel Prize for juggling, or whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah.
So I have,
It's
I
the
can
one
like,
no one ever talks about. That
yeah,
one.
that one is so strange. Netanyahu actually got it, and I wish I hadn't said that. Anyway,
you should see his work with the clubs, though. Incredible.
So I just wasn't like I can juggle 3 balls And that's it.
So what you're saying
So
is
it's
not
like,
only were you cool in the eyes of people who weren't juggling, you were also not cool. You were also not cool in the eyes of people who were juggling.
do you know what I mean?
So bad.
Like just like
you didn't even do that thing of being so good at magic after 10 years that you did get a TV show.
no. This is it. Quite bad at magic, but like better
What kind
than
of magic
like,
were you drawn to? Like
it was
close-up
cards. It was all like
yeah.
card stuff. But then just I can't do any of it now, and that's like.
But
What's
do you know
the
how it
point?
works? Like if you were to see some.
Yeah, I
card
could.
magic,
I
you'd
could
be
probably
like,
there's like a couple of like little shift things, but I just would. It's so I don't like it now.
The movement
So
you're
it's
doing
not-
makes it look like you're juggling one of those Fushigi balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or just
A
like,
what?
It's they used to be advertised on TV all the time. It's a ball for contact juggling.
What?
Uh,
What is
all-
contact
Should
juggling?
we all juggling as contact?
So
What? Jugglers tackling each other like rugby.
yeah, that's much. You got to wrap the legs and twist.
Yeah, they
Full
call it
contact
British
juggling.
juggling.
What's contact juggling?
Again, I'm going to explain this not because I have ever done it or have any interest in it. It's just there was an ad that was on Canadian television all the time when I was young
Sure.
in my cold cuts days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Back when I was
You're sitting in front of the TV.
Uh-huh.
You've got 7 or 8 local cheeses, a couple of French ones. You've got mortadella. You've got salami.
I had a lot of
You're
local
smoking.
cheeses.
You got prosciutto. You got a cigarette.
Yeah.
You got a cigarette. You got some whiskey.
Yeah.
I had
Well, you got a glass of brandy because you're not allowed whiskey.
I had Quebec's answer to Morbier.
Sure.
There's like
Do you want-
tinkling
Wait, is that like-
glasses
is
and
that like French
conversation. in the
Morbius?
background.
And then on TV,
On
Yeah.
no, it's not French Morbius. It's a cheese that's got a layer of ash in the middle. It's really good.
Oh, that sounds
Oh.
delicious.
Yeah. So
from all the cigarettes that you were smoking. while
so
eating
you so how you a
The
brief
cows are
digression if we can but handle it. You make Morbier by milking the cows twice in a day. Once when they feed on the morning grass, and once after. So the two layers that are separated by ash have slightly different strengths.
That's how I want to be cremated. Just so you guys know.
What in the put in the middle
in the
of
middle
Morbier?
of a cheese.
Of
What'd you want?
Yeah.
You like to
I
cremate
so
it in
Maybe
Quebec?
confused like twice. Like what? And then we add them together. And then
Double
it.
cremated.
That's your Auntie Olga in that cheese. You're going to eat it and enjoy it. I like this cigarette and drink this whiskey.
two
pouring
things
a
of
bunch of
ashes
Coke on it.
and some cheese in the middle. Yeah.
like a Chinese businessman horrifying
What
the
you would have
French, just
wanted.
pouring Coke all over some fine cheese before eating it.
So there was this ad for a thing called the Fushigi, which is like a kind of glass ball that's held in suspension within another glass ball. And you kind of you roll it around your hands and arms. And it's one of these things where the kind of ad you don't see anymore, where the guy who invented the product and staked his whole life on, I'm going to make juggling, but where you never let go of the ball and you only have one ball. I'm going to make this the next Pogs or Tamagotchi or whatever. And so there's a middle-aged man with like a bunch of sort of 20-year-olds with soul patches who are sort of doing contact juggling.
And are they single?
I think they're probably in their 50s now.
All right.
Um,
Didn't answer my question, but continue.
I'll ask the guys from
So
TV.
it's juggling, but only with one ball.
And you're never letting go of the ball. You're kind of swirling it around.
Those guys are doing that weird, like
Yeah.
David Bowie does it in Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, so this is...
And it's like a sort of mystical...
Also like a
it's sort of-
basketball trick,
It
isn't
sort
it?
of travels on its own up your arms.
yeah, stuff like that.
That, that was big when they got the Bowie
I've seen
endorsement.
this. I've seen street performers doing
I saw,
this.
I saw a guy
cool.
do it.
Sounds pretty
I hadn't thought of this again thing from like Canadian cartoon time advertising in years. And then I walked past the Tate Modern the other day, and I was like,
The guy's doing it.
the guy's doing contact
You
juggling.
were struck with a powerful urge for some Morbier.
I was gonna say I was sort of struck by seeing contact juggling, and then the memories of my childhood flooded back to me for about 7 books.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
Thank you.
It's funny that David Bowie's doing it in that movie as if it's like part of him being the king of the fucking goblins or whatever. But it's just like what a street performer does. Now, when I
Yeah,
watched
the original
it,
script was a yo-yo.
goblin-like.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In the original script, it was climbing a ladder and like shouting at people to come. And,
I'm fascinated by street performers.
yeah,
Every year at
In-
the
in a-
Fringe, I'm like, what are we trying to achieve here, lads?
there's 2 distinct categories though. There's the kind of international Playboy street performers who sort of are like quite strange blokes called Gary.
Yeah, I'm
Who all
climbing
know each
15
other.
feet high in
Blair
the air
Street?
on a
We're
ladder.
talking
Yeah.
like Monkey Barrel Blair
Yeah,
Street
yeah,
Church.
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
all know each other, and they all like travel around the world and have this kind of weird life.
Yeah.
And there's the nominally a street performer, but actually just doing it as a form of legal begging, like The guy who would wear sort of tattered Yoda mask and just kind of sit on a platform.
Hovering.
Yeah.
And children are like, oh. And then
Yeah, they go, oh,
that's
it's
it.
Yoda, but he's got human hands and neck.
Oh,
and-
you can see that. Okay.
I didn't know that Yoda liked special brew so much.
Yeah. Oh, that Yoda sat
Well, at that
perfectly still
level,
for
I
9
can
hours.
understand it. When it's
Yeah.
when you're like, okay, well, this is a way I can make some money. I have no money. But the people who are like, I'm on top of a ladder. I'm juggling 15 clubs.
Yeah.
I've got my cock out for some reason. You know, there's classical music playing. I was recently in New Zealand. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Why have you done this with your life?
I'd say that's not so different
Where-
from a lot of stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
I have one person in my mind. I'm going to say his name. You're going to bleep it out, but that's just
Yeah.
is it not?
But there's a crossover. I mean, Stuart Goldsmith was a street
Exactly,
performer and all that, and Eddie Izzard as well. They are our colleagues.
Yeah.
of
We're
a
closer
kind.
to them than we probably would like to
Yeah.
admit.
Maybe you guys. Maybe you all.
They're our colleagues.
Yeah, Riley just watches them while eating charcuterie and drinking whiskey.
I don't eat so much charcuterie anymore because I'm responsible for my own food budget.
Oh.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I don't think your whole thing is not spending much money on food.
Yes,
Mm.
surely.
I think
Beautiful
it's-
counterpoint,
I think we're
I'd
back
say.
in eating disorder with the charcuterie.
Does biltong not count as charcuterie?
So-
Very good
Oh.
question.
Oh.
Very good question. Thank you,
when
Ben.
That's
when will
like a-
biltong be gentrified?
Yeah.
It hasn't happened
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah. When will we finally get an Italian who's making South African brazola?
Yeah.
That's true.
You need South African
When,
Quebec. You need France to
need
take
South
over
African
Lesotho or
Quebec.
something.
There's already French corner in Cape Town. There's
Oh,
already the. I think it's the problem is that biltong was just for South Africans and people who had visited South Africa, and then what's happened now is it's being remarketed as like a gym bro snack.
Yeah.
So it's going more towards the almost medicinal snack market as
Right.
opposed to the luxury goods market.
Because the thing is, Japan is doing whiskey better than Scotland. Australia
Yeah.
is doing ice cream better than Italy, gelato specifically. Why can't we here make better biltong?
The beef isn't as gamey, flavorful.
What makes
back
it
to the-
so gamey in
It-
Australia?
They run around?
They have to move around a lot because there's not so much luscious grass,
Okay. It's hotter and
and there's a slightly different breed of cattle as well. It's not quite the same type
in the sense
of
of like,
flesh. So it is just gamey. It has a tang to it that is. Whenever I go back, I try it and I go, of course, yes. Yes. Whereas the
Mm.
You're the food sommelier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
where's-
are that guy. We need a name for this.
yeah
I mean, usually it's just
gourmand.
chef. Although I guess
Well, you're
you're
not
not really
cooking, you're just
cooking.
tasting.
Sommelier doesn't make the wine.
Exactly.
It's
Someone's
like
tasting.
a geo gourmand.
Mm.
maybe
I think
we
that's
need
fun,
one
Gigi.
for specific types of food.
Yeah.
So
What
like
would you
if-
be a geogourmand for? Crisps?
Crisps. It's crisps. It's crisps. I tried. I was like, come on, something better.
That's a
than...
russet potato.
It
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
is- oh my
Walker's
God.
cheese and onion.
Yes.
Could you think you could blind identify a crisp?
I could do
Oh
all
my
the
God,
Walker's
is that a
ones, and then I
2018
could-
Walker's
that's not
cheese
that
and onion?
impressive. I said that so proudly.
Out
and
of
that's not
6
impressive.
flavors, you could identify. If I told you that this was one specific brand, you could tell me what it tastes like.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I think I absolutely I back you on that. I back you on that.
What if I threw in
Thank
a
you,
kettle?
guys.
What if I threw in a Sainsbury's own brand?
You can always tell.
You probably could. I think you
I'm
could
tasting
from
this.
texture and density.
I reckon I could
And-
identify if something is a Pringle.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
But that's
That
as
would
far
be
as I'm
easy.
willing
I can
to
do
go.
it from sight.
Famously no potatoes.
Not to brag, but
What?
No potatoes in Pringles.
Is it
It's
not?
made of cornstarch.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's not technically a crisp.
That's why they taste like shit. I hate Pringles.
Yeah, they taste. They do taste.
This
like,
episode not brought to you by
No.
Well,
Pringles.
they taste like dehydrated mash. They dehydrated like you ate some crisps and then you dehydrated what you the mush.
Yes, it is. It is very emergency food
Yeah.
coded.
yeah, it's like mama bird eats the crisps,
Yeah.
chews it, spits it out, and then someone with like strange shaped hands goes like, and then they fry it and
Yeah.
put it in a thing.
What's your what's the one thing you've never binged on? What's binge proof aside from just like a big lettuce?
I actually, it's funny you mentioned cake. I can't do cake.
Really?
I can't like
It's too dry.
It's
isn't
too dry. There's too much.
What
It's
about
too-
milk?
Milk I could do all day.
But what about cake and then you're drinking milk while you're eating it?
As in like to
Well, like
lick
you're
moist
one of those
and
like
Like milk and-
competition eaters.
But like milk and cookies, not as in like you're punching the cake into a big mixing bowl of milk to re-dough it.
And then with the hands, just to form little, make little.
You discover that the Pringle is the most efficient shape because they naturally stack in the stomach. So
Yes,
you're making
yeah.
every piece of cake into a little Pringle.
You have a sort of
Tessellates perfectly.
little Indiana Jones warehouse in your guts. So you can't do cake.
Just can't. There's two, and also the density of the whole enterprise.
Yeah.
Icing largely doesn't excite me.
Icing is no.
I
good
don't
for me.
really like marzipan, so
No.
I just think it's too much. And also,
Ice cream cake?
Oh well,
Different
ice
story.
cream is ice cream. Ice cream is a liquid. Is a drink.
What
It's
is
a healthy drink.
What is an ice cream cake? That's something I've never quite gotten on top
It's
of.
the most delicious cake that you could possibly have.
I used to think I
Fine.
knew,
Yeah.
but
A lot of the time, okay, so
It's philosophically
basically,
confusing.
okay, so it's
The Americans
circular.
love
It
it.
looks like a cake.
Yeah.
Will be multiple layers, almost like Neapolitan ice cream, but in the shape of a cake. And then more often than not, it will have a base. Sometimes it will have like sponge in the middle, but the sponge is the same texture as an ice cream sandwich.
got it. Okay,
There you go.
Right, so it's got a
It's just a
density
different
to
shape.
it.
yeah, so it's kind of
Ah.
biscuity.
Yes, it actually is like it's not frozen sponge.
More like a cheesecake.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I always thought it was like a ice cream sponge.
No,
like
There
a
is no
filling.
sponge. No.
Mm.
It is literally just an ice cream in the shape of a cake.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, what
Well
if you did a
done,
Victoria
America.
sponge with Mr. Whippy in the middle?
Hmm?
What if you did a Victoria sponge with Mr. Whippy in the middle?
I
That
mean,
would be
maybe to
sick.
make it more
Yeah.
edible. Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would
sounds
be pretty
great.
good. Yeah.
We sound like those. Is it Minnesota Food Boys? The 13-year-olds, the
Oh, the MD
12-year-olds.
Foodie Boys. I think it's
MD
Maryland. Yeah.
So depressing. I can't watch
That's
it.
what we are,
I
right?
can't watch it.
What if you made a cake out of biltong? What do we?
yeah.
I just
With
want
a cake
everything.
for
in it.
savoury boys.
Yeah.
Now we're talking my language.
Yeah.
Mm.
Riley, what's the most beef you've eaten at once?
I actually do know this.
I know you know it. That's why I'm asking. I don't know what it is, but I
What
know.
if the ash and the cheese is just a cake? Think about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, more about your beef.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
I'm remembering the restaurant.
Think back to the beef.
Yes.
Think back
it's-
to how much there was.
So, so it's from a place called.
Marcel Gout over here.
It's from.
That is highbrow. I like that a lot. That's good stuff.
I
Second, the Proust reference counter, it ticks up to 2 now.
Yeah.
This episode. So there's a bar in San Sebastian called Bar Nestor. It's a pincho bar, but they don't do pinchos. They only serve
No.
A pincho sounds like something the school
confusing
bully
word.
would do to you in 1996.
pincho. TXO.
It's
Pincho.
Basque.
It's Basque.
Okay.
All they make is steaks,
Yes.
which is a bone-in ribeye.
Okay.
And then they do this in the Basque style. It's basically wood-fired with sort of various herbs. It's really, really good. It's really good. They also do a steak. They also will do a tomato salad, padron peppers. That's it. They don't make anything else. They sometimes do tortilla, and it's really good. But
John Peppers,
that's it.
just to sort of remind you of being on a hinge date. It's very important that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comes into the... What a shit food Padron Peppers are. I cannot believe
Sorry?
the way they have been hard sold to every venue
would you
in
like
London.
the bitterest,
Yeah.
wettest?
Would you like this
peppers?
wet, fucking moist, nothing pepper like that? Would you like 1,000 of them in
Yeah.
a bowl
We put
for
like
a
a
tenner?
sugar cube of salt on each.
Yeah.
Just
A
so
a friend
much
of mine
salt.
tried
I
them
like
for the
that.
first time in the Curzon Soho like little cafe,
Of course
and for
they
some
do
reason
them.
he thought that was the only place in London that served them, so he would go to the Curzon Soho cafe.
Going to the
enjoy-
cinema to get my tapas fix.
That's like the guy from Elf level of
Yeah, yeah,
misunderstanding.
yeah.
It's the best pizza.
Why do Padron peppers look like they should be eaten by elves as well, don't they? They look like little elf shoes.
Little elf shoes, hats, bells.
Yeah.
Very elfin.
Anyway, sorry.
Sorry, we're back to the big
Yeah.
T-bone steak.
So I was in San Sebastian with my girlfriend at the time,
Give us the
who
number.
was a pescatarian, which means that this steak is for 2.
Ah.
It's a sharing steak. This steak is.
Mm.
Give us the number.
number
Give us-
1.2.
Kilos.
Yeah,
1.2
Bone in
kilos.
is the bone part of the wait.
it's bone in.
Sharing
Come
a
on.
1.2 kilo steak with any woman you or I would go out with is dangerous anyway. Because they're not like, but especially if they don't eat meat. That's really, either way, you're eating a kilo of steak.
Those are
but in your
rookie-
case, you're eating 1.2 kilos of steak.
Those
My
are rookie
goodness.
numbers.
I know. But this is I think it's like, yeah, that's a sharing steak I ate on my own.
That's good work. But
That sounds
you
delicious.
got to up your game.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
Go on then, Pierre.
2.7 kilograms of beef.
In what
Good
form?
God.
Shape?
Steak.
Give us
What
paint
kind
us
was
a
it?
picture.
Sorry, was it a Chateaubriand?
Yes.
You ate a whole Chateaubriand? I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, man.
Where was it?
You're so cool.
What's the steak place called? The sort of mainstream one?
Hawksmoor?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
right.
Edinburgh. We got a voucher or something.
Were you celebrating or sad?
The beef itself was the
Did you
celebration.
have the meat sweats? Did you pass out? Did
Oh,
you
I
sleep?
felt mad. Yeah, I felt. I felt like.
There
I,
must be one Hawksmoor toilet that's like reinforced steel. like make sure he only goes in that one. They're handing you a big gold key.
it's an astronaut's toilet. Just go straight to space. You're a chimney.
You're the only person who has their picture on the wall at Hawksmoor, like it's a sort of truck
You
stop.
can't send this man into a porcelain toilet.
When I asked the guy about it, he genuinely, the guy who sort of the waiter, the guy who served us, was genuinely excited on my behalf. And he kept coming to like check to see how it was going. It was great. He was so happy.
It's so fun.
Are
It
you
was
dead
fucking
yet?
great.
Have you ever won any of those competitions? It's like if you eat this burrito, you'll be on the wall or get it for free.
No, because the trouble with those is that inevitably they'll be like, oh, they'll say, here's a contest, and it'll be like a 2 kilo steak. And you go, yeah, fine. And then it's like, and of course, 7 kilograms of plain rice. And you go, well, no, then. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, you
trick.
can't trick me with that.
Yeah, 40 eggs. And you go, no.
Then all you have to do is drink this giant tub of slurry.
Yeah,
The steak is yours.
Yeah. You just have to eat 1 hamburger and this turd. It's a crazy contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the turd of the guy who ate the steak.
Welcome to Sam's Poos.
Picture on the wall of Sam's.
There it is.
What's the biggest poo you've ever eaten?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tip my hat to you. That's really
You've
quite
got
impressive.
it felt like there was caffeine in beef.
I
Is how
have,
sort of like,
I have definitely.
That's a real Jabro food.
it's all-
That's
it's
what
all
they
the
should be
creatine
putting
in
into biltong.
You've eaten enough beef to get like a creatine buzz
Yes,
from
yeah.
naturally occurring creatine.
a pre-workout,
Yeah.
but for a workout that would have killed me. If I'd done a single crunch, I'd have just popped like a balloon. Just Chateaubriand on the roof of a fitness first. Screaming yoga students.
One of the steak boys, is it?
I need to know more about this. So
Okay.
you went in Edinburgh. Did you sit down? Were you with anyone?
Yes.
Did you sit down and did you say, none of these steaks for one are for me?
I saw the specials board
Oh,
and I
right.
just said, what are the, because they just have a certain a number of cuts and types of cut and weights of cut. And I said, can you just tell me all of them? And he was like, we do have one that's like 2.2, 2.3 or something like that along those lines. It might have been slightly higher, but I'm trying to count for bone. And because they serve it sliced if you ask them to. And I was like, yeah, I think the less work I have to do for this, the better.
So do you go in being like, I'm going to do something crazy?
I'm going to hurt myself with beef today. Yes.
Okay.
That's was my whole plan.
Were you trying to
going in.
impress a date?
God, no. quite the opposite.
At what point does the button?
today?
I beefed myself to
At what
see
point
if I
does the
still
button
eat.
on the trousers go? Are you at any point sort of making accommodations for yourself?
It was quite high up, the agony.
Yeah.
'Cause it's still up
Okay.
here,
Sure,
really.
yeah.
The beef.
Yeah.
Beef
yeah.
lodged in the lung.
Yeah.
That's like the emergency overflow stomach.
Yeah.
Like when they put you in the car park behind the Weatherspoons or whatever. Like-
By the time I got home, I was like a malarial colonial administrator. Just seize the gates.
It turned you into Nixon.
Yeah. I was Nixon in agony.
Yeah.
Though. There was something stretcher him to the.
These goddamn hippies have fed me a bad steak.
It's great. I love
Barely
it.
concentrate.
I was there with some other
Get
comedians.
Nixon in here. Get Elvis in here. He knows how to shit
It
this
was,
stuff.
it was stunty. I went with some comedians and we'd gone there to deliberately be gluttons.
I'm
Right.
glad there was other people there. That's all my.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
glad
yeah,
you went
yeah.
there on your own.
Mhm.
On
I
my
know
own,
it would've
and
been
they
so sad.
get me a table facing the wall.
Yeah.
No distraction.
Yeah, concentrate, Pierre.
They-
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
They put you in the Hawksmoor cube.
Suspended from the ceiling,
Yeah.
like a go-go dancer in a nightclub. It's just a guy eating loads of steak. People are like, whoa.
Little disco ball and
You're
everything.
like the David Blaine of that Hawksmoor.
People are taunting me with a drone, but they're flying up like vegetables and Rennies. That's what's taunting me.
Did you have wine?
Yes, we did. And sides.
You had sides?
Yeah.
I can't believe you had sides. You were
I've
like,
never
you know
seen
what?
Riley this impressed.
I need
Yeah.
to round this experience. Like, I can understand why you would have.
I
you
think I
tell
had a
me you
very
didn't-
stretched out stomach after a month of the Fringe and
Tell
beer
me-
and stuff.
Tell me you didn't have a potato-based side. At least it was an acidic or fibrous side.
Padron peppers?
There was 70 Padron peppers.
A kilo of Padron peppers.
There's mac and cheese involved.
Oh,
for goodness
Oh,
sake.
God.
That's so
Yeah.
Weak.
That's just so impressive. Like, if I had to put away
Yeah.
a 2 point, let's say minus the bone, 2
Yeah.
kilogram steak, it's like I've gone more than half of that, but like not so much more than half of that.
Mhm.
I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna choose my sides so that like it's a nice with like fresh acidity, like a sort of tomato salad or something like this. Because then I'm like cleaning. Right, my mouth is getting decoded every once in a while.
Yeah, not something as claggy as mac and cheese.
Yeah, I just
add
I,
it to the
look,
pile.
I
Because
think
it's
that what
going to be
you're
one of
doing-
those wet American mac and cheeses.
No, they're
too.
quite dense little pots.
Oh, good,
actually.
Is it a bake? Is it a bake?
Yeah,
mac
nice
and
and
cheese?
heavy.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for a
The
second
ones
you
that
got me
go
worried.
immediately hard at room temperature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's essentially just a solid pellet of cheese and pasta substance. Exactly. Yes.
What's-
That's just. I mean, I'm just floored. I think this is great.
I can't recommend it enough as an experience. It's like bungee jumping.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all the time, but
Yeah.
once in your life you can.
Yeah, you might
That should
detach
be
a
one of those
retina.
Red Bull sports, you know, how every year they invent a new one.
Beefing.
Beefing.
Mm.
I would
Fuck
lo-
Nathan's hot dogs.
I
Let's
would
do beefing.
I would love to try and eat 3 kilograms of beef while wearing one of those Red Bull pilot jackets. Like that's a kind of like foil with the kind of big Red Bull logo. on
And
the
for
back,
some
like,
reason, you're in a go-kart version of the Trotters Independent Traders van.
which is like Daredevil, and then like, then beef. Written down the other arm.
And then they've got the like the control room of the guys that are like
Yeah,
working
yeah,
with
yeah.
you for your stunt, where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
okay, take another bite now, then we're pausing for 20 seconds.
It's like tense.
I would love, guys with headsets just like doing loads of switches for things.
Just
Okay,
like-
initiating platform 2, go. Just things that seem nothing
Yeah.
to do with it.
Get him,
You're
get him
doing
a
really
new
well.
fork
This
in
is
that.
really
He
smooth.
dropped his fork. Get a new fork in there.
We need a judge's ruling on whether or not that string of fat coming off the meat counts. Was it weighed?
In my mind, there is a moment where you're maybe 85% done, and
Yeah.
a hush falls up. They're all standing up, and
Yeah, it's like the end of a poker tournament.
or like
Everyone's standing
one
around
is
the
like-
table.
NASA vibes.
The judges come and put a Caesar salad down in front of everyone. Oh my God, that is a big twist at this stage in the contest. Who's
People
got that
slowly
much
removing
fiber
their
in them?
headsets.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do
There's a
now.
little bun, some dry ice comes in.
because there are a couple ways to go with this with the Red Bull thing, right? You can
Yes.
go with like the sort of because they did like the highest ever parachute
Yeah,
jump
Felix
from like
Baumgartner.
Felix Baumgartner,
Mm.
Yeah.
or it could be like you're with 19 other eaters.
Yeah.
You have one person on your team, and then you have like a pit wall,
Oh, I see.
You and like and there's disgraced Christian Horner, just being like, yeah, all right, so we need to get Pierre to the bathroom because you have 2 bathroom stops per.
You have to be observed so you don't throw it up.
Yeah, you have to be observed so you don't throw it up. And
Yeah,
there's
there's
been
no Adam's apple cam.
there's been a recent rule change brought in where you now have to go to the bathroom 2 times, and now it's quite strategic as to when you pick.
Yeah,
You know.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, they recently brought that in F1. You have to use both your pits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's wait, what are we?
Is there a
what's-
limited time for each? So it's standardized or no?
I mean, the limited time is you have to get out of there as fast as possible. Oh, the bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get out of there as fast as possible, or else someone's going to pull ahead of you. Because if this is so analogous to F1, we're having like fractions of a second between.
Yeah.
But
Each eater.
is it a race?
Yeah, I think it's.
I guess
think
it's
it's- I think it's a
nominally a
volume
race,
thing.
but it's also because you're probably
Oh,
eating
right.
the same amount, but some people won't finish it.
Exactly. It doesn't matter
So
how long
it's-
it takes you, as long as you do it.
Okay.
But then if you two people finish, then surely it's the one who finishes first.
Yeah, and if it takes them
Surely-
too long, like
So sex rules.
24 hours.
Yeah.
So surely, so I guess the question is it grams for time, or is it a standard amount of grams, and then you try to do it fastest? So is it like, in the hour that you have to eat the beef,
Standard amount of grams, doing it fastest. All right, me and the boys will have a go.
I can't think of a drug that would help less than cocaine.
Well, no,
But it's just a
to help you eat
separate
loads
Red
of
Bull
beef.
competition. It's just a bunch of guys from Romford who've got like 10 grams of cocaine in front of them.
Yeah.
And can they get through?
Well, they form the studio audience.
Yeah.
Incredibly enthused by the beef.
Okay,
eating
I think we've
contest.
done enough on that business idea. Let's move on to politics.
I would love to watch the sport that we're devising.
I think the key is it's like Kobayashi, the guy who ate all the hot dogs versus
Yeah.
the bear and all that, right?
Yeah.
He's quite a
Wait,
little
what?
guy. He's like a professional eater.
hmm
He invented, I think, the dipping in Sprite thing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
hot
yeah.
dogs.
Horrifying.
Wait,
But-
what's that?
Oh my
So
god.
like you get a hot dog and it's a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
The pillowiness of the bread is the problem. So what you do is you dip. You're allowed a drink.
Okay.
Sprite is best for some other strategic reason.
Okay.
You just basically dunk the bread in the Sprite, and like it becomes like glue.
Mm.
and it's
And
more densely
even more
compact, and then it
delicious.
slides down your
Sorry,
gullet.
sorry, okay,
I
yeah, yeah.
really recommend the book Raw Dog by Jamie Loftus. There's a great chapter about
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he sprites the hot dogs and then just like Scooby Doo's them.
This is Nathan's hot dog contest in Coney Island in Brooklyn. We're
Yes,
looking at something
yeah.
a little more high end. A little
Sure.
A little less nostalgic.
Yeah.
This is because
This is looking
this
forward.
is specifically a Chateaubriand eating.
Yeah. This is sort of modern European eating competition, you know?
Yeah.
Or the-
small plates, but
then
lots of them.
Or like the Hawksmoor team, of course, is like
Yeah. You
they're
have the
like the
Gaucho team?
Mercedes. They're like the Mercedes equivalent. The Gaucho team is like the Kick Sauber equivalent.
Hawksmoor, Gaucho, Flatiron,
yeah.
and then like the
Peter
Relais,
Luger?
Relais de Venise is
Peter Luger.
The
yeah.
Peter Luger team.
Yeah, the Peter Luger
also-
team.
but al-
They're the American
but also
team.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the rowdiest, like the equivalent of
the Angus Leicester Square.
I was gonna say
That's all the lads on cocaine.
the Angus Steakhouse team.
We've been to see Mamma Mia the musical, and now we're gonna fucking smash
They're
it.
like,
All right.
they're like the Millwall.
Or surely they're like the Williams, right? They're rarely in the points. They're
They've
sort of
never
not-
seen meat this quality before. They're like, I don't think this is cooked through completely.
Yeah, this is raw.
Yeah. Cook it again.
Cook it again. Just eating
Ah.
ash.
Who else? Oh, yeah. Then there's the French team, of course, Relais de Venise.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, great steakhouse. Another place that only does steak.
That's like Renault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
The key, though, the reason I brought up Kobayashi is that it's about just having like a physically big stomach as an organ, right? Because he's not a big fat guy, but
Yeah,
he's
because
just
they all
got a big
expand
internal
their
gap.
stomachs, don't they? By like
Well, yeah.
drinking cooking oil and weird shit like that.
Or, most people expand their stomachs just by eating loads, but that's the thing. Exactly, he's found some other way to do it with, I guess, sprited bread.
Besprited bread.
Besprited bread. So that's the real key, really, is that what would stop people from winning is just not having the physical room for the beef.
Mm.
So in a way, it's just a stomach measuring contest.
There's,
And above a certain size of stomach, it becomes at that top level, it becomes a battle of will.
Yeah.
And then
There's
beyond
a,
that, you
Sure.
know,
French medieval, like 1800s carnival freak called Tartar who would eat with like their carnival trick was that they would just eat anything you gave them,
Yeah.
including like metal.
he ate
and-
he had a cat and a dog,
Yeah.
and there was a rumor he ate a child,
Yeah.
and he
just-
stank all the time. I think.
And it was just this thing I was like, no one could explain how
He did
was,
it.
I was doing it.
Cat and a dog would just like swallow them whole.
Look up Tartar.
It's like
How am I
Tartare.
spelling
Yeah.
Like almost like Tartar. That's it.
It was a steak tartare. Tartar eater. Well, that's just going to be an eater article about steak tartars.
Tartar Circus, like I wrote to Cirque Magnifique theatrical production.
Tartar.
Timur the Tartar.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a play.
No, Terrar was a French showman, soldier, and spy noted for his
Yes.
unusual appetites. There we go, eating habits. Oh, he was in the War of
What
the First
Frenchman doesn't
Coalition.
have unusual appetites?
Yeah.
Mm.
Force feeding the geese.
As a child, Terrar had a huge appetite, and by his teens, he could eat a quarter of a bullock, weighing as much as Terrar himself in a single
A quarter of a bullock. It's a horrible day to be Sandra around this guy. Let me tell
That's
you.
how much you ate, isn't it? A quarter of a
Quarter of a bullet.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
boy.
It's like enough. It's enough of a
He-
cow that
He toured the country stealing and begging for food.
Yeah.
How much did you have to do before gaining employment as a warm-up act to a traveling charlatan?
A traveling charlatan. I love the idea that, well, my dear, tonight we're going out to see the traveling charlatan. Huh? It is a great piece of entertainment.
We're going to go out and be tricked knowingly by the traveling charlatan.
Yeah.
Very rare to get a fixed charlatan.
We are going to be conned. We are going to love it.
By an expert.
Again,
Okay,
I don't think any of us
military
can really throw
surgeons.
stones on that. That's like our entire. That's
He claims to treat any illness, but he cannot.
Yeah.
Military surgeons could not understand his appetite. He was ordered to remain in the hospital to take part in experiments designed by the surgeon to the 9th Hussar Regiment. They decided to test Terrar's capacity for food. A meal had been prepared for 15 laborers near the hospital gates, and they allowed him to eat to reach the table undisturbed. Terrar ate the entire meal of 2 large meat pies with full plates of grease and salt and 4
Full plates of grease.
and 4 gallons of milk, and then immediately fell asleep. Corville noted that Terrar's belly became taut and inflated like a huge balloon. On another occasion,
This is the most French experiment I've ever heard of. Let's see how much meat, milk, and grease this man can eat.
he once swallowed an entire eel without chewing.
Oh,
I mean,
Sexy.
an eel is the perfect shape to do just that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's true.
You really couldn't ask for a better sort of shape
Exactly.
Mm.
Get to the freak stuff.
of yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Is it a
treated.
live eel?
He was treated with laudanum,
What's
Yeah.
that?
opium.
It's
It's a
Yeah.
tincture of opium and red wine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's just drug him so he stops eating.
Further treatments with wine, vinegar, and tobacco pills were unsuccessful. Well,
Tobacco pills.
Wine
He was
pills?
on Zins. He was the first man to be on Zins. That's how hungry he was.
following these failures, he was fed large quantities of soft-boiled eggs to try to suppress his appetite. Efforts to
Throwing
keep him on
eggs at
any
this guy.
controlled diet failed because he would frequently sneak out of the hospital to scavenge for offal outside butcher shops and fight stray dogs for meat in gutters.
He's the first. What's the charge?
was
What's the
caught-
crime? Is it
he
eating
was-
a succulent giant?
Yeah.
He was caught several times in the hospital drinking from patients undergoing bloodletting.
He was drinking people's blood
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like a
but
leech.
He's like a ghoul. I mean,
Leech
he's
boy.
fighting for tripe in the gutter outside a butcher, like raw organ meat. He's a ghoul.
This is like a cautionary tale for Riley. This is like Riley
Yeah.
if he was raised under medieval French conditions.
At an 4 years later, Monsieur Tessier of Versailles Hospital contacted Percy, the person treating him, to notify him that a patient of theirs wished to see him. It was Terrar, now bedridden and weak. Terrar told Percy that he'd swallowed a golden fork 2 years earlier, which he believed was now lodged inside him and causing his current weakness. He hoped Percy could find a way to remove it. However, he also had tuberculosis, and then he died.
Okay.
The corpse rotted quickly, and the hospital surgeons refused to dissect it. However, Tessier wanted to find out how Terrar's intestines differed from a normal person, and whether there was actually a gold fork inside of him.
Yes.
His gullet was found to be abnormally wide, and when his jaws were open, surgeons could see a broad canal down to the stomach. His liver and gallbladder were abnormally large, and his stomach was enormous, and no fork was ever found.
So you put a like Red Bull helmet on him.
he's like a generational talent. He's like Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like one of those horses that just because it gets born with like a huge heart is just like the best racing horse.
Yeah.
He just had a big like bag of stomach.
Well, there was the one like French restaurant that was like, yeah, you have to eat the 3 kilo steak, and he was like, fine. And then they were like, and this golden fork, and he was like, also fine.
He shat a golden fork. This guy. It was out.
There was no fork. He didn't swallow the fork.
Or he already passed it.
That's what I mean. It was probably safely wrapped in 17 kilograms of alleyway scavenged organ meat.
It's sort of hospital blood.
Yeah, that would make you pretty weak. shitting
Turning
out
to
a whole
vampirism
fork.
out of greed.
Mm.
Blue Factory!
Out of
I feel like a
35
whole
grams.
bag of Haribo to one person is kind of a bit. That's so
What
much
the
sugar.
hell are
What
you
the
talking
fuck are
about?
you talking
Milo,
about?
what the
Stop
fuck
trying
are you
to stop
talking
trying.
about?
This is like
so much
is-
sugar.
this is like talking to someone from.
Heck up! What
This
the
is
hell?
like this is how it feels. What you're doing now is like when you watch Americans talk about what's too many drinks.
Oh right,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
3 beers in a night. Like that
Yeah,
feeling.
that's what you sound like too.
That feeling you get when they say that, I'm getting from you.
Yeah,
now.
certainly you buy a bag. You buy one bag of like Haribo gummy bears.
Yeah.
It's kind of a binge if you finish it. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. That's a single serving. Like this is. Yeah, I feel like you don't understand what level we're operating on here.